Welcome to Oops, All Apocalypses, a show where we explore the collapse of society by playing fun, tabletop role-playing games. I'm your host, Stu Masterson, and I'm joined by two Furbies.
I was not expecting that.
Hey, everybody. I'm Furby.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jacob.
Let's burger.
Is that how they'll talk?
Oh, I forgot Brady's too young for Furbies.
Listen, I think I had a Furby, but I don't remember anything about it.
Furby. I don't know.
I said Furby because I had a troll doll on my
That's
desk.
a troll, not a Furby. That's completely different.
Yes, they're totally different, but they're from the same era.
It is from the same era. It is very prototypical 90s shit right there.
So who are you guys?
Oh,
He's fine, Brady. I saw him.
I just dumped the cat over the top of my chair by accident. Are you okay,
Watch, that
buddy?
cat was clinging for dear life as it just flailed and fell into the abyss.
Brady's doing a medical check on his completely fine cat.
Yeah, we gotta wait for him to come back because he always goes first in these intros, and I can't say anything until he said something.
So I don't allow cats in my recording space.
Hey, everybody. I'm Furby, also known as Brady, and I play Book McCready, the ferocious Fermi
Fearless.
paradox theorist.
I'll give that a nice
I need an F word that means like I think about stuff.
Frosty.
No.
Yes, like Stan Frosty?
No, no. It has
frosty detective. I'd be like, yeah, you are, man.
It has to be a
Oh, yeah,
noun.
dude.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brady, and I play Book McCready, the fearless, frosty fuck who is trying to uncover the mysteries of his past. That was a terrible introduction.
That was
I'm
great.
so sorry.
It got better each time. I'll leave all of them in there so you can see the evolution.
God.
And I'm Jacob. I play Ocean, a gentle giant who is maybe turning out to be a pretty good engineer with all his tinkering lately. Oh man, I was gonna say I'm C, not Jacob.
Oh,
Damn.
Too slow. It would have been good because that's like your last initial.
I
and
know,
for
it's
B
great.
is good for Brady.
I know,
But
it would have
also,
been so
yeah.
good. I'm regretting
real
my
cool.
decisions. I
Yeah.
had it in my head, I was planning on it, and then crunch time came and my mind went blank.
And I would have been Furbiosa, a Mad Max story. Because I play the apocalypse in this. Oh, wait. Beep, 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 beep. Something's coming across the ticker tape right now. Beep, 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 beep.
What's
Breaking
this?
news, everyone. I'm guesting on a podcast yesterday.
Oh, what?
I think, if my math is correct. Everyone go to GG Level Up. You may have listened to me on there before, but they've actually changed their format in a really cool way. And you should go listen to me on May 28th talk about Powered by the Apocalypse games.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That
And
sounds
it
great.
ends with a quiz that is all about PBTA games. And it's really fun, really good. And I get to talk about all the nerdy stuff that I only get to talk about every 20 episodes of this podcast. So if you're at all interested in the topic of PBTA games, which is the sort of foundational system that was built off of Apocalypse World, go listen to their episode that comes out on May 28th, which I had a lot of fun on the first time I went, but I think this one's even better.
I was going to say, the next time you have to go on, you have to do a quiz about our podcast. So they have
Oh
to
yeah,
listen
you got
to
to quiz them, see if they're actually
They do
listening
listen.
to
They
us.
actually said such nice things about our podcast. It was beautiful.
That is super nice. Thank
That
you
is
guys for
very
listening.
sweet.
And also be ready for that quiz.
Yeah, we're gonna quiz you on the minutia of all details.
Oh, what would be even better is if Jacob and I were also in the quiz and we didn't win.
And you got absolutely roasted.
I
I don't want to
win
spoil
for
the
sure.
episode I'm on, but I taught a lot of the answers to the quiz immediately before the quiz happened.
Okay.
And the person I was competing with did a really good job of listening to me. It let me know he was really staying on top of it. I'd love to have them on for like a nice one shot or something. I think
Oh, that could be fun.
They're just fun people. But we can't do one of those fun quizzes like we did last time because now we have important business with BuzzFeed Presents Apocalypse. One day they're going to sponsor us. And I believe this week is Jacob's turn.
It is, and I came up with this question just as a flash in my brain last week at some point, and I've been dying to know the answers you guys will provide. I've noticed my questions tend to be very different than how you guys ask your questions because your guys actually, try to tie it into the apocalypse, and I'm more like, what's this interesting thing about your character? So prepare for that because it's again not related to apocalypse at all.
Wonderful. No, I like them. I don't think we should try to limit it to just apocalypse. This should be things to learn about our characters
Yeah,
or for some
yeah.
reason me.
And so for this week, the question that I really want to know is if you had to select a song to be your character's theme song, what would it be and what verse of that song do you think most applies to your character?
This is the hardest question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
I was tempted to tell you beforehand so you could prep, but I figured, you know what? We'll do it live.
Now I gotta make them squirm.
Okay, so it's what question represents my character and what verse?
Song?
Sorry.
What song?
What song represents my character and what part of the song?
What would be your theme music every time you come on screen? What would you want?
What part of that song do you think would most represent your character?
Like Vesuvius is Heads Will Roll, and it would be the intro as they're making the fun sounds.
Like that?
Yeah, it cut out in Meat, but I could still hear it a little bit, and it was perfect.
Nice. Oh gosh, Jacob, because it is your question, you are obligated to go first.
And so I guess this isn't really a theme song. I don't see this song playing when Ocean walks out of the screen because it just doesn't really ever fit any moment. But the song that I think is very fitting for Ocean is a song by Cave Town called Boys Will Be Bugs.
Boys Will Be Bugs.
Yes.
I don't know.
I should have known it'd be some shit I've never fucking heard of.
Of course. I mean, who are you talking to here? But it's just a song about growing up and like the strife of, you know, trying to be tough and cool and all that jazz when in reality you don't think you are. And the part of the song I was listening to it and I was like, that sums up Ocean in a nutshell. Is there's a part of the song that goes, I feel stupid, ugly, pretend it doesn't bother me. I'm not very strong, but I'll fuck you up if you're mean to bugs. And I think that's super fitting because even Ocean is strong, but he's not a very confident individual. He's very kind of quiet and sticks to the sidelines, but he'll fuck you up if you're mean to the small guy, the people that he thinks that he is the people he's loyal to or the underdogs of the situation because he sticks up for the little guy, especially because his best friend is the littlest guy on the podcast right now. So
I think that's a very good answer.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know the song, but I already think it's a very good
when you listen to it, you'll be like, you'll listen to the song and be like, wow, this could not play when Ocean comes out because it's very poppy and jovial and sing-songy and lyrical and not very action-packed and would never, ever have a moment where it fits on the podcast. But
Brady's Googling all songs right now.
I was Googling the lyrics to a specific song.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I like it.
Oh, shit.
The song that best reflects Book. I know that this is kind of an incel anthem.
Great choice.
I mean, it sums him up.
And I don't feel great about that. But we're talking about Book, not me here, and I think it fits. So the song is Creep by Radiohead.
Oh,
good one.
Well, that's actually a pretty good choice. I can definitely see that.
I like the Korn acoustic cover better.
Sure, I don't care which one. And the line that best reflects Book is the chorus. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Damn, that's heavy.
I thought you were going to say the Indiana Jones theme song.
I
feel like that's going through his head when he does everything. Anytime he goes to like, I'm going to pick this lock.
What is that song that plays in the Batman? The theme of that movie. It's
the Batman. Oh, it's by Nirvana.
Something in the Way.
Yes,
that's it. That was what I would say. That strikes me as a Book song to me.
Yeah, that's pretty
But I
good.
think your choice was good too.
I already had one ready to go for this because if anyone remembers that old classic card game Munchkin.
I hate Munchkin with the passion of a thousand suns.
I used to have like every expansion, played it all the time. Haven't played it in like 10 years probably. But there was a card called Theme Song where you'd get additional bonuses if you sang your theme song while you had the card out. And mine was always Jesse's Girl and just a loop of the chorus forever. So every time I had that card, I would sing that song for like 4 hours straight. Munchkin games are not short. And keep going. But I don't think that fits me super well. So I'm going to go with Run the Jewels, Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck.
I've not heard of that song either.
Oh, it's their best song.
I've not heard that song.
Crandall's would be, let me do some of the norm. I already did Vesuvius, which is heads will roll.
I want to know this.
Crandall would be just the intro on a loop to Pretty Fly for a White Guy by the Outspring. The just that over and over again. Johnny Hurts would have to be some like nice dad rock. No, his would be Rooster by probably Alice in Chains or one of those other bands that is identical to them. Oh no, like he's got good Rob Thomas energy. Never mind.
I was gonna say he's got to have something that's like super conspiracy theory adjacent.
Smooth by Santana. I'm calling that.
That feels like a Crandall thing to me.
Nah, Smooth by Santana is definitely a Johnny Hurts.
Because it's a cocaine song.
And then because it's a hot one. What other character? Give me one more character. You guys want
give me Callista.
Callista? Callista's is pretty straightforward, working 9 to 5. And probably just the chorus.
Give me Frida while you're on a roll.
Oh, God. Yeah, Frida's got to get a cool one. It's got to be something a little underground. That's going to be... I'm torn between two songs.
All right, lay it on me. I'll decide which one.
Ahegao by Penelope Scott. That's my...
Okay, that's a good choice.
Brady, are you still Googling song lyrics?
Googling songs.
Do you want me to not close the intro yet in case you come up with a good idea?
No, it's good.
Well, with that list of way too many songs, let's get back to the action. Let's go ahead and just start with Cow Tools and Kara getting back.
Oh, shit. Let's do it.
Yeah. You guys, if there's a couple things you guys wanted to do in that kind of 10-day period between this, we can just say you did them, or we can talk about it briefly. But let's get them back with what they learned. One of these days, about 10 days after they left, they show up to what's a good reason both of you would be at Book's place?
Working on the chip.
Charging the batteries?
Yeah, we could do working on the battery charger, or we could do working on that.
No, Book did not remove the batteries from Hickory's place. He's a man of integrity.
We could be working on building the charger that we're trying to make for him, though.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking we could also, because I feel like that wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
So I was thinking we could be investigating the psychic maelstrom and ways to interact with it via the parts from the robots we dismantled.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are in your workshop and you have parts of robots strewn all about you. Wires still connecting parts of them. It actually resembles Book's crazy person board a little bit. When you hear a knock on the door and a little head pokes through at about waist height of Cow Tools, and then above his, you see Kara lean in and go, "Hey, we're back.
Oh,
we got some good news for you.
You guys are back quicker than I thought you would be, I'll be honest."
Yeah, we really couldn't spend a lot of time poking around there. It's pretty dangerous, and I don't think anyone your guys' side would be able to fit through it. Just not to talk bad about your bodies, but it takes a certain
Speaking
type
of bodies,
skills.
How is do you have wheels?
No, you are mixing me up with Vesuvius.
No.
He has wheels now. It's pretty cool. I like what you guys did with them.
No, I'm not.
Pretty sure that's Vesuvius. I have feet.
Show us the wheels, please.
I don't have any wheels.
You have
But
wheels.
I do have this. Cow Tools holds up in his arms a piece of what just looks like very boring concrete right now. But he's holding it with deference. Seems like he thinks this is very important.
Ocean reaches out and grabs it, looks at it a little bit and says, "Well, what is this? It just looks like concrete."
Well, it does most of the time, but look at this. And he kind of shakes it around violently, and it seems like glow for a second.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes, almost like a hologram, like it's catching the light in one particular configuration.
Ocean, yeah, when he shows that, Ocean takes a look at it and grabs it, and he's going to attempt to see if it speaks.
Oh my God.
It's been a while.
Oh, this could be a big one. I literally forgot about this, even though it's like my favorite move of yours.
Yeah,
You guys are about to speed run the mystery of the concrete slab.
I completely forgot about
I'm
this
here
one.
for
Speed run the mystery of the concrete baby.
All right, let's see. I'm pretty weird now, so maybe I'll have better luck than I used to.
Let's get weird with it.
Come on. Oh, it's a 6.
That's a full failure.
Can I help?
Fucking
Can I help?
6.
Can I help? Can I help? Can I help? Can I help by What were you
This is
trying to
a
do?
rough help. Things speak. I
Yeah.
think to help, you would have to open your mind to the psychic.
I'll
maelstrom.
do it.
Oh shit.
I'll allow it.
Oh shit.
Okay, give me your open your mind roll first, and then you'll roll a help. Just letting you know the whole context of everything. I don't say this enough. Just so you guys know, you can almost always, until you roll, you can take back your decision. If I like say something and it's like, oh, he's going to be shooting you back, and you go, oh, I don't want to be in a gunfight. Just let me know.
Have I ever had a success on fucking things speak?
Yes. I think you've only failed twice.
I feel like I failed constantly.
You never get the full success. You always get a mixed success.
My boys, my gentlemen, my ragtime gals, ya boy rolled a 12.
Oh, baby.
Hell yeah. Okay, give me a
Concrete
baby.
Give me a help someone roll.
Do I have to? I got a 12.
So you're going to navigate the psychic maelstrom very well. That'll be good for you no matter what. But this is for actually helping him with his thing speak roll.
What? I got even better.
How?
Better than a 12.
How?
13.
God, I just need to have book.
Oh, that means our history gets +1.
Yes, both of you get +1 to your history.
If I got to +3, +4 is when it rolls over, right?
Yes, you roll over at +4.
Okay, I have not rolled over yet.
Okay. But now you're very good at helping for a bit. Remember that book.
Yes.
Keep your eyes on the important rolls. So what happens is you guys were investigating how all of these things interact, and you have like a radio set up to like some parts of this fucking robot. And none of it seems to make a lot of sense. There's like a scattering over these 10 days. There's like a scattering of burn marks on the desk and broken parts of robots, things that looked like they may have been on fire and were put out by a shovel whacking it. But at this moment, Book, you haven't fully, like, you were excited to see them there, but you were like mid working on how this radio is connecting up to one of these other parts.
Yep.
And as you're distracted, you're looking over, seeing Ocean's eyes go wide, trying to focus in on this new thing that to you, even from your perspective, it still just looks like a slab of concrete. But there's the spark. You look down at your hand and there's this big flash with what you're trying to connect. And your brain immediately balloons out around you. And you get this glimpse of exactly what you're trying to figure out here with this device, which is the scope of the psychic maelstrom and how it extends out in all of these different directions. And you whiz through it very quickly. You did roll a full success, so you can guide it some. Was there anything you would like? It's going to be a brief thing. It's going to be a very brief moment to be able to help Ocean. But
Okay.
if you ask me a question, I may be able to give you a pretty good answer.
Yeah. All right. Oh, man. Okay.
So think about things you could kind of answer if you got a visual representation of the psychic maelstrom for a second.
Okay. Can I ask a question about the question that I'm going to ask?
Yes, of course.
Am I helping Ocean attune to the object so as thing speaks works? Or am I basically taking the place of Ocean connecting to the object by connecting to it myself?
Yes, no, he's going to, your connection you're making here is basically just going to help his thing work. You've let off this burst of psychic energy.
Okay.
So your answer doesn't have to tie to what Ocean's doing necessarily. Can if you want to, but
because like my instinct was like I wanted to ask what is blocking the energy from the object from reaching Ocean so that I could remove the block in his chi. But if I don't have to ask stuff about that, Ocean, what do we want to know?
Where's its origin? Could be an interesting one.
Yeah, like I want a heat map of the psychic maelstrom. Of like in my mind, like I'm assuming I see varying intensity.
Yeah.
And I want to know
like
what direction it focuses in.
You see this, like I mentioned, your perspective almost explodes out like an inflating balloon from where you're at and goes through the rocks. The rocks mean nothing to you, though. That blocking a visual light doesn't mean anything. You still feel this psychic energy permeating the earth. And as you balloon outward higher and higher, it seems like it's extending tremendously far in every direction. But like you mentioned, it is waxing and waning. And it's not just this even distribution all around you, encompassing you, psychic maelstrom. It has different points of intensity. You know, it extends well beyond anywhere you guys could probably travel in your lifetime following these tunnels. Like it just goes out very far, but it does seem to get weaker and weaker in those directions. And you feel where it is the most strongest, the mostest strongest is the tower.
Whoa.
It is emanating from there. There are other little hotspots you feel around, but that is by far the largest outpouring of psychic energy, which makes you feel Like you're in a very unfortuitous location because you see the full scope of how far this extends, and you guys are like right on the edge.
I was gonna say, it basically encompasses everything we know.
Yes. And Ocean, with that burst of psychic energy, you get a flash of this perspective that kind of lets you ignore the physical constraints of the world as you give me your one question you want to know about this object.
The two I'm leaning between are who made this and what's wrong with it and how might I fix it. I'll go with what's wrong with this and how might I fix it.
With this kind of immediate psychic growth of your perspective, your brain shoots to where this piece originally sat. And you see it as part of this large tunnel system just lining the outer wall. This big part of a big tube, basically, through the rocks. And you see how it fell off, and you actually hear yourself, I don't know if you curse much, but going, fuck, as you run into some load-bearing stalactite and collapse a tunnel long ago, and it caused this torsion of this tunnel just enough to pop off this chunk. The rest of the tunnel looks completely fine, but even though there's this massive shaking, this one little bit seemed to just not be able to handle it. And you feel the orientation of how it fits back in like a puzzle piece to that hole where it used to live. And you move it in your hands to that exact orientation, and it immediately starts glowing just all over. Not incredibly bright, but that same pale blue light glows when you hold it in that one orientation. You think this was very specifically crafted to be in that spot, basically, which is really weird for a chunk of concrete.
Councils, do you know what this is or what it does?
No idea. It glows.
Yeah, I
sometimes, though, not always.
wonder if it's part of the moonwell itself.
I think it leads, like, it started getting really steep when I started going in one of the directions. I think it leads down to the moonwell, if I had to guess. But we were still, like, I think, like 20 miles away from the moonwell talking to Kara. So it's a long, long tunnel.
Huh. Did you find anything else interesting?
Not really. The whole place was going like this. It was very strange. And there was a smell.
A smell?
A smell.
What did it smell like?
Like fear and wetness.
Fear and wetness.
Wetness. But not like the stew where it was like rotting. It was just like this alive wetness and fear.
Did you run into any creatures or other people?
Nope, didn't see anything.
No?
I wasn't able to go too far.
Huh.
I'm sorry. I would have liked to go further, but I would have plummeted to my death.
That's all right. That's what we got the spider for, after all. I don't know how we're going to get through that wall, but I've got some ideas.
And now you got this cool rock that glows sometimes.
Yeah, it's a start. It's definitely a start. Do you notice anything that he might not have, Kara?
No, I honestly thought it was nothing. I thought he was wasting my time. But what I noticed, it seems like kind of like what you did there. When you hold it in a very specific spot, it glows. But one time while I was going to sleep, I put it in that specific spot so it glowed. I angled it perfectly, rested it against a rock, and it was glowing. But when I woke up, it wasn't glowing anymore, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any ideas, Book? He turns to Book quizzically.
Book is staring suspiciously at Cow Tools. This is all very interesting, but before we get to the piece of concrete, you have wheels, Cow Tools.
Give me a confront Samuel.
Is that cool or aggro? What is that?
Aggro.
That fucked
It's
up.
been hot all day. Hot all day, especially when he rolls more than once.
There, easy. Look over there. He's cheating.
Well, I just wanted to re-roll because it landed on the thing.
Your desk is loose gravel, we know.
Yeah. So I'm upset about this. It's a 5.
He looks you right in the eyes with a steely intensity, but still a smile on his face. Just this creeping up little smile that gets bigger and bigger and bigger while his eyes remain fierce and locked into yours. And he goes, I don't have any wheels. And he starts walking away.
Thank you, Cow Tools. Appreciate
No
your
problem.
help.
I hope you enjoy your glowing rock.
Yeah.
And he seems completely normal to Ocean, but then he turns and glares back at Buck. Just this intensity. And then he walks out the door, and then he pokes his head back in, and he says, have you listened to Taylor Swift's Red album before, Buck?
No.
You should. And he walks away.
Is that a clue? Book yells, is that a clue?
Silence.
I mean, we can check and see if I have the CD. I do have a lot of Swifty stuff in my car.
Yeah, can we do that? Can I listen to Taylor Swift and see if I learn anything from Taylor Swift?
Yes, absolutely. Roll your Taylor Swift stat.
Okay. What stat is that? Is that cool? I bet it's cool.
Yes. Roll me a Act Under Fire.
Roll Act Under Fire.
It's risky to listen to Taylor Swift in your current emotional state.
I suppose. And I have +3. So that is an 11.
An 11. Okay. You listen to this album top to bottom, front to back. You go through his Zune and find the deluxe iTunes edition tracks that are only on iTunes.
How did I get that on my Zune?
You used to be good at hacking.
That is true. That is true.
I like to imagine you plug your Zune into a computer and smash your hands on the keyboard. It's like all these songs start downloading. This is how the computer machine works. You listen to the song front and back. And quick aside to our listeners, Swifties, don't come at me if I say something wrong here. I'm one of you, but just not as knowledgeable. Listening to this album, this is probably her most concrete breakup album that exists. You understand that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other hidden meaning.
He's just pissed at you.
So there's no clue?
No.
He's just mad at you. Okay, well.
Oh, well, I got to go apologize. Book spent, how long is that album?
65 minutes. Holy shit. You spent like 3 hours.
Do you know that video, that picture of the monkey that's listening to music?
Yes.
Yeah. I imagine that's what Book's doing, except he's just sitting in the spider in the passenger seat.
Book is going to run out, but before he runs out, he's like, Ocean, I don't know what's going on with the piece of concrete, but maybe see if when it's glowing, it has a charge.
Okay.
The voltimeter's on the table. And then Book runs out to try to find cow tools.
I'm going to start looking for stuff to pack up for our journey.
You find cow tools at the Broken Leg.
Is he drinking a drink?
Yes.
Okay. Is it almost empty?
Yes. And he's talking to Juniper. It looks like they're working out some of their trade deal type stuff.
Got it. Book is going to sidle up next to cow tools and say, hey, Juniper, can we get 2 more of whatever cow tools is having here?
He ordered a virgin Shirley Temple.
Yes, I would like one of those, please.
Makes sense.
Okay. I don't really know what that means, but okay.
Didn't you just make one for him?
Yeah, he likes it. So I'll make her the same thing I made him. And he pulls you in close, Book, and he's like, a Shirley Temple is already not non-alcoholic. I don't know what he means by a virgin Shirley Temple. It's very confusing to me, but I didn't want to argue with him.
Is there anything else you can take out of it?
Not really. Then I think it's like Sprite or just cherries.
Maybe no ice. Try it with no ice.
No ice. Okay. I'll make these next ones no ice.
Perfect. Okay. Book rolls him a battery.
The Cow Tools takes his 3 straws out of the one Shirley Temple he's in and moves them over to the new one, totaling his 4th straw, and slurps it up. Doesn't hear the annoying clinking of ice and goes, finally. Oh, this bartender's he's picking stuff up at least.
No worries. I had a feeling that you prefer your drinks without ice.
Do you want to be compassionately present here, or are you
I'm actually just to say,
talking to
hey, Cow Tools, I think I crossed a line earlier. Do you mind if we step out and just have a quick chat?
Oh, we can talk here. I think Juniper's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm sorry for pushing you on something that might be private.
I just thought you'd be more excited about the glowing rock.
I'm super excited about the glowing rock, but once I have an obsessive tendency and I don't like not knowing stuff. And some things aren't for me to know. You know, some things are private and I crossed a boundary and that's not okay. And I'm sorry.
Well, what don't you know about me? I've been pretty upfront with all you guys.
That's true. And I want to be upfront in response. When we were leaving the stew, after you helped us get in and helped us get out with our lives, we discovered tracks, specifically your tracks of when you followed us. We saw that you came through the door that you showed us, and we saw your walking tracks become rolling tracks, as if there was like a wagon behind you.
Oh, that was just this. And he pulls on, he's wearing a backpack. I mentioned before, it's like 1 billion different pockets. And he pulls a string on his backpack, almost like a ripcord. And as he does, there's an explosion behind him of yellow plastic as a inner tube inflates immediately. It's like a nice big rectangle kind of emergency boat type thing. Pops out behind him. And it has a little string on it that he's holding. Yeah, it's my boat for the stew.
But in the tracks, there were wheel marks.
I didn't have any wheels. I just dragged this thing.
Okay, Stu, am I wrong here? Am I misremembering something?
Yeah, there are no wheels. I said it was a roughly rectangular shape. Looked man-made.
Oh. Where did I get wheels from?
Vesuvius. I'm telling you, there's this head on an RC car that rolls around town all the time, and that's not me. I know I'm a little small.
No.
But
I know you're not Vesuvius. I thought that it was on like a trailer of some kind.
No trailer.
So Vesuvius, oh God, I just mistook you for Vesuvius. Cow tools. Sometimes when you're involved in something over many, many months, details start to bleed over and get confusing.
Yeah, I know. I also mix myself up with Vesuvius sometimes. I get it. It's all good.
I wasn't mixing you up with Vesuvius. I was just misremembering details.
Yep, sure. Yep, just misremembered.
And
there could be another person who's also a head on wheels. I don't know. It could be someone else you've mixed me up with.
You know, that is true. I didn't think that you just became a head, though. I thought something like, I was kind of right. I thought something like popped out of your butt and became a giant rectangle with wheels. I was wrong about the reels, but I was right about the rectangle.
Yeah. Good job. Good sleuthing.
Not real. This is not my best work. I gotta be honest.
Can you give me a sway someone roll?
Yeah. Woof. Okay, hold on. That's 4 + 3. Thank God. Okay, I rolled a 7.
So I was pretty nonchalant about pulling that ripcord there, but this actually is really hard to pack back up. If you help me with that, and as a reward for your honesty, I think I got something from the stew that you'd like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Do you want me to push the air out and roll it back up?
You gotta suck it all back in. You don't want to lose that air.
Suck it into what?
Your mouth.
Okay. Okay, Book spends an hour and a half.
You are so lightheaded by the end. It does taste very clean air. Very clean air.
I'm assuming it's like CO2 though.
Yeah, you are a little loopy by the end of it.
Do you have another compressed CO2 canister that you need to repressurize? I'm sorry you had to waste one on me.
Oh no, it's worth it. You should have seen the look on your face. It was mostly confusion.
It was yes, for sure.
He continues drinking while you pack this all up. He doesn't help you much at all. But when you're done, give me a D26 roll.
D26. So a D20 plus a D6?
Nope, not that. We talked about this last time. D26.
Oh, I see.
An alphabet roll.
Oh, I'm so excited. D26.
What letter will it be, though? Could be anything, even another B.
I don't know why my search engine defaults to fucking Bing.
That's the AI taking over. They want you to co-pilot it.
Seriously. Okay, I got 15.
15. Who can figure out what that is the fastest? O? In or O?
A, B,
M
C, D,
is
E,
13, so it's O.
Yes!
Oh, yep. Wow, I got there last. I had to count it.
Okay, you get O. He pulls out the O Encyclopedia Britannica and hands it to you.
Oh my God,
what a great letter.
Cow tools.
This has ornithopters in it.
I can't thank you enough. That's amazing.
No problem.
I get him another virgin for Shirley Temple.
Okay, back at Ocean.
Yes.
What are you preparing for your venture out? So you don't remember almost anything. If you remember your flashback episode, you came to already at the bottom in this room with Book's parents and Kara. It was a pretty small room. You know, there was that giant metal door going out of it that was being held up by that jack. But you feel like you probably came from above. And talking with Kara, she has a better memory of what happened. You guys went way, way, way down. She thinks multiple miles down the Moonwell. And then you went off on the 3 o'clock direction down one of these offshoots that was even going further down. And that's how you somehow ended up in that room with Book's parents. She didn't mention any weird monsters or anything like that. You've heard that from Cow Tools. All you really know for certain is it's a long distance down.
Okay.
Literally miles.
Literally miles down, trying to figure out how to get back up. It's going to be so tough.
Yeah, that would, you think, and I guess size-wise, like, the spider will fit, but, like, trying to climb up it with the spider would take you so long.
Yeah.
Like, probably, maybe even, like, weeks. Like, it would be like trying to climb a mountain with the spider, right? Like,
yeah, it's just not the right shape and stuff to make it easy.
Yeah. You guys went down on your classic chain with rebar gun technique that you and Kara like to use a lot, where you would, I don't remember if you remember a vision from episode 8 or something, where she rebar gunned in a bunch of the chains that you were letting off of a massive spool. And she said that it took multiple of those. You guys had to like stop at different action sections, drag them down to get down there.
Okay, so first thing Ocean wants to bring. Ocean is going to bring some explosives and some digging equipment, so that way we can get through the collapsed tunnel and reopen it up so we have quicker and easier access.
Ooh, like a shortcut.
Yeah.
I like that.
Second thing Ocean is going to work on. Ocean wants to see if there's a way he can convert his gun that shoots just like random crap and convert it into a grappling hook gun. So that way he can shoot like a grappling hook up or kind of like how the spider launches its pitons, to convert and make something like that, except handheld, so they can use that to rappel up and down from the moonwell. The third thing Ocean is going to bring a bunch of railroad spikes and a heavy hammer, so that way we can hammer into the wall. So that way I don't have to make 2 grappling hook guns. I can just grab onto one, shoot up, climb up that, bump, spike another one in, hold on to that, shoot it up like that.
It's the working man's version of the cool rebar gun.
Yes.
Excellent.
And also, he wants to bring a hanging tent that we can, like how they do in rock climbing. Yeah, like when you rock climb, you have those tent setups. He wants to try and manufacture something like that as well, because this sounds like it's going to be a multi-day journey straight down. So
this is going to turn into Book sleeping in the tent while you climb. Like 3 vertical miles.
But also because that's going to be fucking exhausting. Can you imagine climbing straight up for miles?
Nice, smooth. Yeah, and looking at this, your concrete piece is so smooth on the edges. Like, it's almost glossy on the outside part of it.
Interesting.
Okay, anything you want to do, Book?
Yeah, Book grabs a magnet.
Okay.
He wants to see how the glowing thing interacts with the magnet.
Great question.
To see if he can artificially reproduce the glowing orientation.
The magnet seems to have no effect on it at all. It is both not magnetic, and the glowing seems to have no representation. You put it where it's not glowing, you put it in the direction where it's not glowing, and the magnet does nothing. You face it where it is glowing, and the magnet also does absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Not even the smallest glint of a change. Even with a very strong magnet, you see no impact, which...
What about an electromagnet instead of a natural magnet?
Also, absolutely nothing.
Ooh.
I do like what you're doing, though. I like this. This is fun.
Is this a real life thing that would actually work, or is this a mystical podcast thing?
Both.
Okay.
This is a science-based dragon MMO. You tell me that.
Okay. Book has not talked about what he's prepping for the trip yet.
Okay. Is it anything fun?
Yeah.
What is it?
Book wants to rig up basically so we have the two glowy things that are powering. Oh, wait. Did Ocean test when it's in the glowing orientation, does it have a current?
No.
That's upsetting.
Which is weird. Yes. I think, what letters do you got? You got B and O?
Yeah.
You got the railroad? Yeah. I would say you think it's weird that none of these things have interacted with it. That's definitely strange. You feel like you've done a pretty good job of tracking down the different types of things that it would be, and for some reason none of these things are having any effect, like 0%.
Interesting.
Especially as you know, this whatever this kind of thing is at some point is kind of converted to electricity, right? If this glow is the same as the glow you've seen in these other places, they've been able to make electricity with it,
right?
But you're not seeing that at all with this.
Got it. So Book wants to grab a battery powered drill with a hole saw or a you know what I'm talking about? Hole saw attachment, or just so that he can basically...
Yes.
Basically, I want a sampling mechanism.
Okay.
The other thing I want is a big hand cranky thing to lower me down ropes.
Okay.
Like a bicycle,
To do this in a reasonable amount of time, you're going to have to disable one of the pedal it off bikes that provide some power to the town when people pedal on it.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Because we're charging those batteries. The last thing that I want is, do we still have that super high powered light, or did we trade that? I think we still have it. We just haven't used it in a while.
Yes, it was broken and fixed and whatever, but yes, you still have it.
I want to make a new... I want to repair my shoulder harness that I had swapped out the light for Vesuvius, and I want to put the light back on my shoulder harness.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too difficult. You'll be able to do that in the time period you have.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. I like that. It sounds like you guys may need some outside help for some of this. But unfortunately, you guys seem to know everyone around Hamlet opening. So I want there to be a character we build right now. Live action, on air, that for some reason you guys haven't interacted with. So I want both of you to give me one thing they're good at and a reason why you have not gone to them for any help in 48 episodes. And it can vary. Like, it could be he always seems nervous around Ocean, or it can be I heard he murdered a guy one time. Like, anything you guys want. And I'm making you give me a negative thing because of your barter role that said people are going to be kind of standoffish. So I don't want this to be like some hidden friend you guys have had this whole time. That's also fine too, if you guys ever want to add a nice hidden friend.
This character, who will remain nameless until Stu names him.
Working on it.
He is renowned for living off the grid.
Ooh.
He is not tied into the electrical system, but somehow just seems to get by just fine.
Interesting.
The reason that we don't interact with him is because he is extremely suspicious of outsiders who might steal his quote-unquote treasures.
Okay, I like that. Very good. Now you have to one-up him.
Okay.
Jacob, that's the rules.
All right. He's known for being very well versed in a bunch of like bizarre kind of science stuff. So he's pretty well known for kind of being really good at engineering and really well known for being
esoteric skills.
Yeah, coming up with weird ideas that seem to work. So
it's like mad scientist.
Yeah, kind of mad scientist type.
I think that's different enough from you guys. That's still cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to say the reason we haven't interacted with him very much is because he's fucking weird.
Thank you.
He's just weird. We don't like he's too weird.
His name is Intaglio, and he does live in Hamlet Opening. But for some reason, he always has been off the grid. So do you guys want to go try to pick his brain and see if he's open?
No, he's weird and he doesn't like people.
Okay, well, then let's move on.
But Book, I think we're at a little out of our depth here. I think we might need his assistance. I'm sure we can find something we might be able to bribe him with, maybe, to convince him to...
See, this is where Spade would be super useful, because I bet they could get Intaglio to do what we want.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck it, fine, let's go.
What if we bring somebody with us that there's no way he won't like and will get along very well with and is super nice and friendly, so he's not intimidated by our presence?
Crashu walks by, dusting off their shoulders.
We got Cowtools, Vesuvius, Crandall, Johnny Hurts.
Crashu's a good option.
Crashu.
Book, I was thinking Callista.
Why? What makes you think he would like Callista?
She's friendly. She's personable.
Everyone likes Callista.
Yeah, right. Vesuvius.
Callista's work. We got to bring somebody new. They're not friends. If they're going to be friends, they'd be friends already.
We don't know that. They could get along really well.
Look, are you feeling a little nervous to be around Callista?
Is that
him
Vesuvius?
Yeah, look down here, Book.
Oh my
look
God.
at your ankles.
I'm used to having you by my head.
I can see everything from down here. Hey,
I think we should get all of those people and just try one by one and see who they get along the best with.
Speed dating episode.
Seems like a terrible idea, Book. That seems to be the opposite of what we want to do. Just overwhelm him.
Yeah, we'll get an angry mob, and that way he can't ignore us like he normally does.
Book, I think you just don't want to hang. I think you just don't want Callista to come with us. I knew you and Callista have a interesting history, but
we actually don't, and that's what's so upsetting about it.
Well, then are you a little intimidated by his knowledge? Are you worried that he's going to show you up? Is it difficult for you to go to people for help that you don't already trust?
I don't know if he knows anything.
I've heard he's a pretty smart guy.
You've been here for like a week and a half.
Yeah, but I zip all over the fucking place.
All right, well, why don't you zip over and get Callista then, please?
On it. Over and out. And he rolls away.
Waddle.
Smash cut. You all are in front of his house. What does it look like?
You're going to hate this. It's a windmill.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Does the windmill part turn?
Yeah. I'm going to say it does. Okay. It's capturing those underground currents. That might be.
You see a Dutch style windmill, a Don Quixote-esque.
Hell yeah, dude. I think you mean a giant?
This Dutch style windmill is overlooking Subtropolis, just dangling over the edge there. And somehow it's capturing these wind currents that make it turn. It can't be a ton of power, but it definitely seems like it's generating something. And no one really comes around here too much because he's always just big on no solicitors. He seems to have everything he wants in his own little corner. I don't think either of you have probably even been inside of his house before.
I suspect not.
But you're at his door now with Callista, and she goes, do you want me to take lead on this, or do you want me just here for emotional support?
Yeah, Ocean, what do you want from Callista?
I think you should take the lead, Callista. Have you had any encounters with this guy before?
Yeah, he's gotten food from the soggy worm before, but he's a little bit crotchety.
Can we say that she's brought food? Can we kind of retcon and say that we've brought food with us?
Callista holds up spicy shrimp ramen and walks up the 2 steps to his front door and knocks right where there should be one of the knockers, but it's been removed with a screwdriver. And a little bit later you hear, "Who's there?" Is that too close to old man?
No, I think old man was more like...
This sounds exactly like Book's dad, but in 20 years.
Okay, Brady, you're not allowed to even comment on accents ever.
I'm saying it sounds like Book's dad, but in 20 years, so it's different enough that it's good.
Never, ever. God. Who's there? It's me with some nice food from the soggy worm and a big metal what are the slidey eye things called? Goes across the top of it. A slot opens up and he looks at it and he goes, "Who's with you? Who are these people?"
It's me, Book. Oh, fuck. Let me rewind.
Suspicious.
It's me, Ocean. You remember me, right? I've helped scavenge for you before in the past.
Hey, Antaglio, it's Book McCready. I think you...
The cave dweller.
Yeah, you were friends with my parents, I think.
Yeah.
Friends is generous, but...
Yeah, I knew him. Your mom was pretty nice.
Well, we're just here. We're about to go on an expedition into the Moonwell, and I was hoping to bounce some ideas off you on stuff that we could possibly be preparing for.
He slams the thing closed when you say Moonwell. Slams closed. Callista kind of shrugs and turns around to you guys
Book goes up to the door. He goes, "Antaglio, listen, power has always been an issue here at Hamlet Opening, and well, we actually admire the fact that you're able to live off the grid, and we think that our whole town should be more like you. I think we should be less dependent on the power from other places. But in order for us to do that, we need your help, your expertise, because you've done it."
It slides back open. "You're not here to steal my power, are you?"
No, we want we need it at a bigger scale, but we'd like your help in figuring out how to do that.
Give me a sway someone. I like that you're approaching it from he's smart, you need his help type thing. I don't like it enough to give you advantage, but I like.
So, listen, I rolled a 6.
Ocean, would you like to help?
I would love to help.
How are you going to help? You got to say something convincing.
Look, Antaglio, we have no desire to take any of your power. You've fought hard for it. You've worked it and you've come up with a solution all on your own. I don't even think the power system you're currently using would even be able to be applicable to Hamlet Opening. You live in an area that's a little bit more prone to receiving these kind of underground currents. But
like this fucking meteorologist.
Yeah. So I don't think we can utilize any of your power. So it's not something that we're really interested in stealing, but we're more interested in your knowledge. That's more important to us. And we'd love to be able to pick your brain for a little bit and try and come up with some ideas.
Give me an aid roll.
I got a +3 with Book right now, so I'm pretty good. Thank fuck I have the +3. That's an 8.
Okay, that 8 brings you up to a mixed success. I agree that you probably need my help, but what do you got for me? You got to have some cool stuff for me.
You seem to react when we said the Moonwell. Have you?
He closes it again.
Do you want a piece of it?
He opens it. What do you mean?
We can bring some to you. The glowing rock.
Like this one. And Ocean holds up the rock that he currently has.
I would like to get a closer look at that.
Yeah, you can't have this piece because we need it. We need it for when we go on our expedition. But if you help us, then
we can bring you a lot more.
We'll get you another piece like this.
If you let me look at it now, then yes.
Yeah, well, of course.
You can come in.
Here.
And if those noodles are still hot.
Well, Callista, are they?
Do we also have the one that broke? The chip that broke?
I guess we could give him the chip too.
I want to give him both. See what he says, since it's Stu and he knows things.
I don't know anything. The characters know more than me. Yeah, no, you can also give him that. You can we can deal with that inside, I guess. But yeah, Callisto goes, yeah, we have the hottest steam. Haven't you heard the commercials? Yeah, they're still hot. They stay hot for like hours.
God.
The little viewer slides closed and you hear a bunch of locks unlocking and the door creaks open, scraping against the ground. Come on in.
Thank you, Intaglio. We appreciate it.
And as you enter Intaglio's house or windmill, whatever the fuck it is, the door closes behind you and the camera pans over into Subtropolis and it starts pushing deeper and deeper into Subtropolis. We go over the precipice, we see the large tower ever looming, but we go past that, picking up pace as we go over these dilapidated buildings and skyscrapers and paved streets. We see a few skittering creatures and scavengers poking about. Quick little flash of a gunfight between probably two different warlords' gangs. And we stop on a massive procession of people walking 2 by 2 in a line stretching about a mile long, singing a hymn, All Is One. Most of them are walking barefoot. Most of them have this ashy skin, almost cracked. But all of them have these pale pink eyes. And as the hymn continues, we move to the very front and we see it's being led by a woman in a white robe with long, straight hair. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Oops, All Apocalypses. Hey, if you've made it this far, then go tell your friends that we're pretty good. We don't advertise and we're really bad at social media, so we rely on you guys to kind of spread the love for us. We're working on trying to make that easier for you guys by doing some cool, fun one-shots and things that are more palatable than telling someone to go listen to almost 50 episodes of an epic tale. But don't wait for that. The music and editing was performed by Stu Masterson. Brady McDonough made that logo and some stuff that's coming soon. What? And Jacob both wets and salts our pretzels. Love you, bye. It almost just looks like boring ass concrete. At first, it looks like nothing.
Concrete, baby.
Don't know what that's referencing.
Oh,
sorry. I'm sure it's hilarious.
We'll cut that out. It's just a meme.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I will.
It was a pretty famous meme, though.
I don't know that meme at all. I'll be honest with you.
Concrete.
This is a Gen Z thing.
It's not. God damn it.
Is this your skibbity toilet?
Oh, God.